Yes, now you...
Speaking about distribution problems, what do you think of ideas like Dr. Horrible?
I love Dr. Horrible, but he's been very smart because he's got a fan base that can support that. I mean, I think that is the way the industry needs to go in a way. Is that you want to make a movie that is designed for an audience that you know is going to buy the movie, basically, or support the movie or whatever. I mean, with Dogs Breakfast, we were very lucky because so many people came on board and helped us with stuff. Like, if we had to pay for the kind of marketing we did, we couldn't be able to afford it. You know, we had a lot of people who just wanted to be a part of the movie, basically, and they helped immeasurably in getting it out there. Dr. Horrible is a great example. I think the difficult stuff, though, is how do you sell stuff online? I mean, that's the big thing I had with MGM when the movie first came out, because they started complaining about piracy, and I should tell people not to pirate the movie, and I'm like, well, here's the deal: if you release it everywhere so they can see it, then they're not going to pirate it. There's no need to. I mean, and if they want to watch a pirated copy, if they like the movie, then they'll buy it. So you make a lousy movie and then they pirate it and they watch it, they go, oh, thanks, I got it for free, it didn't cost me anything. You make a really fun, hopefully, good movie, and people want to buy it. They want to see the behind the scenes stuff. They want to own their little, they want to own the atoms as opposed to just the, just the digital copy. And one of the things I said with MGM when we ran into this problem, because within the first week we'd been pirated something like 7,000 times on a British website. Literally, well, even the first day or something. Like the day it was released, literally someone posted a burn and it started getting pirated. And I said, well, let's release a pirated version. Let's make a version of the movie that's just small but nice quality and maybe has an MGM logo in the corner or has an Atlantis ad or something, and then use that because those people won't all buy the movie, right? So you're not going to get it serves a much better purpose if you've got a little ad in the corner saying like, hey, we're cool, watch the movie if you like it, great. If not, watch Atlantis on Friday nights, whatever it is. Wednesday nights here, is it? I think. Maybe we could coordinate this effort. Oh yeah, well, good luck. They keep changing us around. I can't figure it out either. What was that? Yes. Well, I think it's smart business, though. I mean, the reality is, you make a movie for people to see it, so let them see it. I mean, I'm not saying give stuff away, but the reality is, if you make a good product, you will make money off it. If you make a lousy product and spend hundreds of millions of dollars on it and then hide it until it's available worldwide, people catch on to that. We're much more savvy than we used to be on that stuff, and it really bothers me to go and watch a giant movie that sucks. It's the little films that to me are the future of that stuff. And again, that comes back to the acting question. I mean, those are the best movies. The best acting comes out of those movies. So, in my humble opinion. Of course, I'll take the big movies if anyone has any. I could be a hobbit. I look a little tall now, but I can be very small. All right, who's had the hand up the longest? There you go. The two that have much more energy than everyone else, it seems.
I was wondering, on the Last Man,
Last Man, yes.
Season 4, what was it? Last episode? I was wondering, what was it like being yourself, McKay, how was it, 35 years on? And being stuck in Atlantis for all that time?
Well, Jane was about to have Baz, which made it interesting. Literally 6 months earlier, I went and I said, look, here's the date. That's when the baby, Hewlett, showing up. So, go easy. And then they wrote Last Man. I'm like, thanks, I made every episode and 3.5 hours of makeup. That's gonna make me feel comfortable. And the guys are like, they put in stuff on, 3 hours of makeup, and they're like, okay, so look, it's gonna take an hour and a half to take this stuff off. I was like, no, it's not if I have a baby. If I have a baby, you can follow me in a car picking up the pieces of latex as I head for the hospital, So, and Jane had images of sort of handing this baby over to this 10,000-year-old man. So did I. But that episode was, when I read it, I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. Come on. It's talking. And, but seeing it, I was really, it's amazing how it came together. I was very surprised. It was, again, it's one of those ones that I find it very hard to call. I'll read a script and go and then you actually see the show and you're like, huh, that really worked. Because there's so much of it is, special effects and stuff, and, and if it doesn't seem okay, I skip it, So, and like, oh, McKay. So yeah, no, I was very happy with that. And then, of course, Baz was born like the next weekend. So, but I'll tell you though, I had to peel off all the stuff, and after 3 days, my own face started coming with it. So the kid's born. There's all these photos of me and the child. The child's got all that stuff all over him, and then the father's got all this stuff all over him. They're like, what's with David? His cheeks are peeling, you know. So yes, the birth thing was interesting. That's for sure. Everyone should do it. Who's the most? There at the back, jumping around. There you go. You're welcome. Jump.
What are your plans for the future? Are you wanting to do more writing, directing, or stay acting?
Plans for the future. I would very much like to focus more on the writing and directing stuff, but I can't not act. I've tried not acting before, and it's just not pretty. I just like doing it. I mean, it's one of those things I love doing. The writing and directing is something, it's a control thing, and I think it's also just a smart, it's still, to me it's a smart way to branch out. It's one more thing you can do for a living type thing. And I also just really, I feel like I got a few stories I'd like to tell, which I'm really looking forward to doing. And it's one of those things that with Dog's Breakfast, I loved every aspect of making that film so much. Like I'd always seen all the different parts of making a film, but I never got to sit down at the beginning with an idea and then see it all the way through to the end. Well, the end. You don't actually end the film, you just abandon it, I think is basically what happens. Like, oh, fine. Okay, it's done, I guess. I can still go back and like recut the whole thing. Try to get McGillian out of it. So yeah, I'm really hoping to do some writing and directing, and then at the same time, obviously, keep the acting stuff alive as well. So basically, my plans for the future are to do everything all the time, and raise a son. What was? Sorry, I missed that.
We all really want to see a Dog's Breakfast come to Australia.
Oh, so do I. Well, I mean, if you guys don't mind, let MGM know that. MGM and Fox, the guys who are releasing it. So if you want to let them know, then please do.
What's the address?
And I'll fax you the website. I would just have a look at mgm.com and see who's in charge of the international stuff, or basically anybody. I mean, I guess it's just good to let them know, even if they don't do anything about it. You know, it's interesting dealing with the big companies, because obviously there's a great excitement about actually getting released by MGM and Fox, and like, they did the X-Files, you know, like it's MGM, that's the lion, you know? And then the reality sinks in that you're dealing with a giant company, and you're like this little guy who likes to post things on the website, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, you can't post that. Why, that's my website. What if I change the G to an at symbol? M said. But it was just funny working with the company. It's like I'm looking forward to doing some indie stuff and doing and I'm very curious to figure out this distribution thing. So, how about in the green at the back there?